I'll everyone nearly dropped my phone there. Back straight after the 4-0 AMAD masterclass versus Everton. We are out and about again after the game. For once, we've had a comfortable 4-0 victory versus Everton, and how often can we say that as a United fan? 2 for Xerxes, 2 for Rashford, and AMAD running the show. Different class. Absolutely man of the match. But his pressing, his intensity, is everything we miss. And I don't want to go on too long in this video. It's a quick one. The City Liverpool game's coming up. Obviously, this will probably be uploaded after that. But I mean, what can I say? Total class from start to finish, really. And when I say total class, I mean on Man United's current form, total class. We are seemingly moving on under Amarin, but it was Everton and they were absolutely atrocious today. I don't know what was, I know they're a poor team anyway, but they were not at it at all today, Everton. So we do need to bear that in mind a little bit when talking about this, but you beat what's in front of you. AMAD and that, down that right-hand side, I think 2 of the goals have come from him pressing that right-hand side, winning the ball back and creating tap-ins. I know everyone wants to see AMAD in the 10, and so do I, but at this moment in time, while we ain't got a lot of wing-backs, he's going to have to stay in that position. Little talk on Bruno and Rashford, because obviously I'm always critical of them too. Rashford 2 goals today. Again, a little bit hit and miss here and there, but I ain't talked about Rashford that much this season or recently because I think he's been doing okay. Like, I think people say his work rate's not there and that lot. Like that game he played up front, was it? No, it wasn't the Ipswich game. Yeah, it was the Ipswich game, wasn't it? I mean, if that's Rasmus or someone up front in that game, everyone's just moaning saying he didn't get any service, but because it's Rashford, everyone's saying he's not working hard enough. And maybe he does need to work the defenders a bit more, but that's not his game, is it? We all know that. Today I thought he was all right, you know. And I think over the season, Rashford's been okay. Is he to the standard we need him to be? No. Do I think we should sell him come the summer? Yes, but he was all right today, wasn't he? Xerxes, probably a game that suited him. He seemed to be able to pick up the ball fairly easy and spread it about. He scored 2 tap-ins, really, from other people's work rate. I think any of the strikers are obviously going to score them goals. It doesn't matter if it's Xerxes or Højlund up front. They're going in the net. He's done all right. This doesn't mean it's the redemption of Xerxes. It doesn't mean he's an incredible player. He won't start against Arsenal. He's nowhere near good enough to be starting against Arsenal. And a minute on Bruno, he started in the 10, obviously. He was, first half, he was falling back into like an 8 and he was doing too many long balls. And we had a 5 or 10, 15 minute spell in that first half after a decent 10-minute start where we looked awful again, I thought. We was all over the place. Then we got the second goal, I think, and it settled us down, and basically Everton's heads had gone after that. Bruno did okay again, 2 assists. I mean, 1 off a corner, probably, I don't know, was it from the training ground or was it something they just dreamed up? But I mean, it's a decent technique on the corner for once from Bruno. Got us the goal from Rashford. And the second one, he just squares it to Xerxes. I thought he'd actually messed the pass up, but he didn't. So yeah, he was all right today, Bruno. You know, is it what I want to see from Bruno? I mean, I don't know. He still had that 15, 20 minutes in that game to me where he was all over the place. He was 6, 8, 10, hitting long balls. And then I think it suited him in the end because Everton basically stopped playing. Long term, we've got Arsenal on Wednesday. Huge game. Is the team that was out on the pitch today beating Arsenal? I don't think so. Casemiro steady in midfield, but he's just not a long-termer in there, is he? I mean, Agate's got to start in up front against Arsenal. I don't think so. Casemiro steady in midfield, but he's just not a long-termer in there, is he? I mean, Agate's got to start against Arsenal. Xerxes isn't starting up front against Arsenal. It's tough. I mean, will Rashford start in there again after scoring 2? Or will he go back to Mount or Garnacho? Because obviously them two haven't started and basically either got no minutes or a few minutes today. It'd be a very, very interesting scenario to see what happens against Arsenal and Amarin's first real test, because let's face it, so far he's played Ipswich, who are relegation fodder. He's played Bodo Glimt, who we should be walking over. We've played Everton, who are relegation fodder. Wednesday night, I think he's away in it at Arsenal as well. Arsenal are back in form, banging goals in left, right and centre. It's a huge game for Amarin. A draw down there is a very good result. You've got to expect to be beaten. I'm not going to say like we're back, we're here. Bruno's back, Rashford's back, Xerxes finally rolled up. It was Everton who were shocking today. But you can only beat what's in front of you. And for the first time in a long time, I won't give any Man United player less than a 6. And when was the last time that happened? Onana had a note to do, you give him a 6. I think probably Delo was a 6, 6.5. Mazwari, Delit, probably 7s. Martinez, maybe a 6. I don't think Martinez was that convincing, but he didn't do a lot wrong. Casemiro, I think, was a 6. He was average. I think he's too... I honestly do think Casemiro's too slow. But he didn't do a lot wrong, but he ain't going to be doing a lot versus Arsenal, I don't think. Mainu, I thought, was... I don't know, and I know he's been out and he's suspended now. Martinez and Mainu were suspended for the Arsenal game. I'm not sure Mainu would have played in the Arsenal game anyway, but I think he was probably a 6. I don't think he was particularly brilliant. AMAD is probably a 9. And I don't think since I've ever made videos on this channel, I've ever gave a player a 9. And that's the standards we should be at across the board. Rashford, I'll give a 7. He scored 2 goals. He was all right. Bruno, 6.5 maybe. I still think that 20 minutes in the middle of that first half where he's all over the place doing Bruno things against a decent team, don't cut it. Can't be doing that. Like I said, I think Rashford's been okay this year, but I would still sell him. To me, the player that needs to prove he's still worth staying at this club is Bruno Fernandes, and I've said it loads of times. He has got to step up, and can he do it? Today, he showed potential against Everton, though. Let us have a look in midweek away at Arsenal what Bruno turns up, because like I've said on many previous videos, Bruno has not turned up against a big side for us in his actual position as a 10. I don't even know the last time yet, the City Cup final, but he played false 9. He hasn't turned up as a 10 for us in a very long time, and I'm being critical there, but he has got 2 assists, so yeah, I'm not going to be too critical of Bruno today. Like I say, I think he was better. Not brilliant, but better. And as long as he stays on the 6, 7, 8 rating, I'll allow it. The problem is with Bruno over the past 18 months, he's had performances of 3s, 4s and 5s at best as the United captain. And why I overjudge Bruno on top of that is when we were having the results we were having under Ten Hag, when Maguire was captain, the whole fan base turned on Maguire and slated him, said he's not a captain, he's horrendous, he's this, that and the other. Why is the narrative different with Fernandes? Where we're finishing 8th in the league on a minus goal difference, but that's okay when Bruno's captain, but it's not okay when Maguire's captain. And that's why I'm trying to be fair about these Bruno comments, and why today I'll say he's been all right. You know, he's done all right today. Forward line, I mean, Xerxes, I mean, he's got 2 goals, hasn't he? A little bit of link-up play here and there. I wouldn't say he was brilliant, but I'll give him a 7. Rashford a 7, and that's my player ratings, but it's obviously positive. You can definitely see progress under Amarin. The 3 at the back, when we was in that 10-15 minute struggle when Everton had the ball, looked a bit vulnerable. There was also that one where Martinez tripped him up, people saying it was a red. There's a couple of moments, so it was when Bruno was being erratic in midfield as well, where we're giving the ball away too easily, and we've only got a 3 at the back, and he can be transitioned on so easily. And we already know when we played 4 at the back, we're super easy to be transitioned on. So with 3 at the back, it makes us even more vulnerable to those transitions. So we must keep the ball better in midfield. And that, to me, is on, well, it was on Mainu today, and it's on Bruno to do it as well, because Casemiro and Agate are not going to do that side of the game. And that is all I've got to say right now. I'll try and get back out before the Arsenal game. Extremely positive. I'm happy with everyone's performance today, even though I'm moaning a little bit, but I've always got to have a moan in these videos because I'm critical and always will be till we're back at the top. But Amarin's done well today. The players have done well today. It's the first comfortable, easy watching United game we've had in so long. I'm so happy to just sit there and watch us play some half-decent football at times and score goals, instead of us going 1-0 up versus an Everton and then struggling for the next 70 minutes. So can't complain about that. My prediction for Arsenal is we will lose 2-1, but it's not particularly a negative. Like I said, we're on the train, we're on the way back up under Amarin. We've got to expect some knockbacks, especially against the big sides. And Arsenal are one of them, who are in top form again now. So I'd expect us to lose going there. Just lose playing, lose with a decent performance and some fight, will be fine. Yeah, so I don't want this to be too long. It's getting dark out here. Lovely little sunset over the field. And I'll see you on the next video. Please like, favourite and subscribe. I enjoy doing these dog walking diary videos. They're probably a bit unconventional for football content, and they probably make you dizzy with me turning the camera around all the time, but when you've got views like that to talk about games, it's better than being sat in your house, isn't it? So anyway, I'll see you on the next one. I'll stop rambling. Hammering balls here. Let's hope it continues. Peace.